Welcome everybody to the show, where I take a look at a piece of cinematic art and try to make an argument as to why some censor-happy fool would think it'd be a good idea to ban it, or at least make some good choice cuts to it. Today I've got the 80s classic from Bob Clark, the guy who helped give us one of the original horror-themed holiday films, or holiday-themed horror films, I meant to say. Black Christmas. We got a family comedy. Diversity. Now, what's so offensive about this film? It's racist. Now, where's the racism come in? Well, the obvious bit is towards the end, with the Chinese dinner and mainly the way all their accents are, not being able to pronounce their R's. But that's just the most obvious. There's also an underlying current of racism running underneath the surface. And that's involving the holy grail of the film, the Red Ryder BB gun. So, yeah, they give him warnings about shooting his eye out, but they don't truly address what could be the truly dangerous thing of being shot down by coppers for running around with a toy gun. Mainly because he doesn't have to worry about that, because he's a white male. And we all know that they're safe from getting gunned down unjustly. Whoever heard of that happening, right? Yeah, that's that. Now, those are actual arguments against the film. Yeah, the most obvious thing. If you want to inject racism into the film, putting this in the likes of racist films that shouldn't be considered racist, like Gremlins that I looked at before, as well as White Dog, which is a clearly anti-racist film. But we live in a society where everything is racist. Everything. I mean, even Martin Luther King gets shunned at for not being inclusive enough in his speech. Martin Luther King Jr. could be called a racist. Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr. I mean, if he were alive today, I'd really love to know what he would think of today's climate. Now, yeah, I don't have Twitter or anything, so, because it's one of the worst sites right now. I mean, that's probably going to be sticking around a little bit. I mean, we're probably not going to have Tumblr for much longer, so we're just kind of stuck with, Facebook and Twitter for, perpetuating a bunch of hateful bigotry towards people with diverse opinions. Yeah, this person did a little string of rants doing the whole racism thing with the gun and, the police brutality thing. It's an actual argument. It's legit. I mean, Okay, first off, this film was made in the 80s, and it takes place during the 40s. In the Midwest. This isn't the South, it's the Midwest. Illinois, if I'm not mistaken. Which has had a history of, being on the right side of history when it comes to racism. We never really adopted Jim Crow laws. We were the ones that primarily fought against slavery. So minorities, they had a little bit better up here in the North, in the Midwest. I'm proud to say. But that doesn't stop some people from trying to make everything racist, because getting offended thing is the only way to validate their existence. It seems to be the only way they're able to feel real. Instead of hurting yourself today to make sure you're still real, it's getting pissed off at minor things. Well, that's about that. Oh, except, what are my thoughts on this film? Well, if I haven't noticed my shirt, I'm a bit of a fan. And I've never had cable. I've always watched this film growing up, in the 90s and I've always loved it. Never, like I said, I never had cable, so I never had the whole getting tired of it from TBS running a marathon of it every year. I mean, why do they do that? I mean, yeah, it's a great film, but does it need to be run for 48 hours or however long it is, when you could be doing all kinds of other things? Like, why not do Christmas Vacation? As much as I don't care for that film, it's still something different. So I never got burnt out on the film. I watch it every year. I love it. So yeah, well, that's about it. If you've seen this on YouTube, you should go over to BitChute instead. Support the concept of freedom of speech. If you want to get a hold of me on social media, seek me out on mine. If you want to see a bunch of short reviews by myself and other people, go on the Stardust app if you're so inclined. And I will see all of you later in the next one. Take care. Take care.